All right, so before we get into the next step, which is bring the left foot forward, let's resume the three steps that we've seen before. Number one, I'm going to keep my 3 grip, my waiting position with a slight knee bend and my left hand on the racket, and getting the shoulder turn with the racket straight down. So from that position now, I'm just going to move my left foot forward, which is the 4th step. Now, see that I've used the corner of the baseline and the sideline of the single court. I'm going to use that sideline as a landmark to land my foot on. And anything past that line is going to be what we're going to call wrong, because, and here comes the problem, is not when you set, is really when you're going to swing and finish the follow through. See how my body is standing and how, again, uncomfortable that position is. And also it's not allowing my full rotation of my body coming back facing the court. Now if I go on the line, swing, see that that rotation is much more natural than the one when I go past the line. So very, very important that we don't go past the perpendicular line, which if I draw a line with my feet right now, it goes perpendicular to the net. If I go here, it's not perpendicular to the net. So very important. The other important part about this sequence is, and I talked about it before, but just as a reminder, remember that when you're going to watch matches on TV, you're going to see that sometimes they're not going to set their feet in an inline stand, and they're going to do a lot of open stands. So that's my takes on teaching the basics. I'm going to teach you what you're supposed to do every time you have time. When you don't have time, then that's the time that you're only going to have to adapt, and that's going to be probably a little bit in the future. But right now, as I'm feeding myself, or maybe somebody is hand feeding me, or even somebody is feeding me with the racket but slow balls, or even if you're doing it with the ball machine, in all those ways of getting somebody to feed the ball or feeding yourself, you're going to have time, and you know where the ball is going, so you're going to have time to set your feet. So I really recommend that you learn that basic of bringing that left foot forward. All right? So that was just to emphasize for, again, teaching the basics. So now let me show you again that whole sequence, okay? Starting from the waiting position. Okay, so as soon as my racket came down, my foot is going to come forward. Show you a slow motion. As soon as my racket reaches the straight down position, my foot will come forward. Now let's go into the next sequence.